Good evening. Call to order the board meeting of June 18th, 2024 of the Las Virgenes Unified School District. For our first item, we are going to do the flag salute. Do I have someone who will lead us in the flag salute, since we have some fantastic honored students?
I think recently graduated Zeke from Agora High School. It would be fantastic if he led the pledge. It's right there on the podium for you.
Place your right hand over your heart. Ready, begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you very much. To report out of closed session, the Board of Education voted 4-0 to approve the settlement agreement with employee number MZ2082219. And regarding the student discipline item, the board voted 4-0 to uphold the stipulated agreement. And that's all I have to report out of closed session. So approval of tonight's agenda.
I move to approve tonight's agenda.
Second.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. We have an agenda. Approval of minutes. We have the regular board meeting minutes of June 4th and the special board meeting minutes of June 7th.
So moved.
I'll second.
Thank you. Board?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, great. Thank you. Staff board communication, Dr. Stepp.
Madam President, we have two outstanding students we'd like to recognize tonight. So if you join me at the podium, we'll call them up and then we'll take a picture with them and the board. Information about these two outstanding, gentle people came across my desk, and I just shared it with Madam President, and she agreed that we had to have you both come here to be recognized and appreciated publicly. So we are recording the meeting. The City of Calabasas is recording for us. It'll be on our website. So we'll start off with Zeke Boussier. Come on down. Clinton, you want to come down as well? A little bit about Zeke. You just saw him do the pledge, and he did it with a heck of a lot of authority. Zeke does everything with authority. He came to our attention for a whole bunch of reasons. First off, their CIF is the California Interscholastic Federation. They monitor or manage sports across the entire state, and we are part of Southern Section. There's 10 sections in the state. We're in the Southern Section. Southern Section is the largest. Almost half the state is in the Southern Section. There are 560 public high schools and private high schools in the Southern Section. Every year, they pick a Scholar Athlete of the Year. And so this year, Zeke was our selection from Agora High School, and he was also picked up by the Southern Section as their Student Athlete of the Year. We don't believe Las Virgenes has ever had a student from Calabasas or Agora be recognized at this level. If you can imagine 2,000 kids in almost 600 high schools, that's an outstanding recognition. So I'm going to pause there so we can clap. But there's a lot more to Zeke than just that. Of course, he's an outstanding scholar athlete, a terrific person. He's a three-sport athlete, played football, track and field, and wrestling. He was also the president of our CASMA program, Kinesiology and Sports Medicine Academy. He was valedictorian. He was also the graduation speaker just a couple days ago. And, like myself, he's an Eagle Scout. All phenomenal accomplishments. And finishing up with something that's near and dear to our heart as the educators, Zeke has finished up high school with a 4.5 weighted GPA. From my quick count, took 8 AP classes. Does that sound right? Yes. All right. And Zeke, as I mentioned, Zeke just graduated. He was a graduation speaker. He's headed to Montana State to be a biomedical engineer. Wow.
Zeke, on behalf of the board and everyone at the district, thank you for being here tonight after school's out and after you've graduated. But it is so great when we get to honor such an amazing student. We were so excited about your award from the Southern Section and all of your accomplishments. So we look forward to hearing about your future. We know it's going to be great. Thank you to your family for being here. Would you like to say anything? You don't have to.
I don't know. I mean, Yeah, no, I'm just very grateful to have received this honor. I think put a lot of hard work into it, and I'm just very proud of it. I have a lot of people to thank for teaching me what I need to know to get all that done. But yeah, I'm just very honored and proud of what I've achieved. Oh, sure. And here with me today is my younger sister, Allie, who's an incoming freshman at Agora High School, and then my mother, Krista, and my father, Neil.
Yep. We also have Clint Cummings here, athletic director from Agora High School. So Zeke, don't go anywhere. We're going to take a picture with you in a second. You can grab a seat if you want. Sorry. And next up, Dimitra Konstantinopoulos. How'd I do? Konstantopoulos. Dimitra, come on down. There's two pictures of Dimitra in action, and you can tell she is also super talented. Dimitra's hard work has earned her an impressive collection of 5 gold medals, 3 silver medals, 2 bronze medals in competitions held in the Netherlands and Greece, where she was representing the United States. Most importantly, last week, or several weeks ago, Dimitra competed in the USA Rhythmic Elite Qualifier in Naperville, Illinois, the most significant competition of the year. Among the 100 best gymnasts in the country, Dimitra qualified for the 2024 U.S. National Championships, which will be held in Minneapolis. This marks the 7th consecutive year Dimitra will have that honor to participate and represent the U.S. and the National Championship. Let's pause there. Dimitra is a rising junior. Is that correct? All right. And she currently has a GPA of 3.96, which is going to get you a lot of fantastic college recognitions. And you can see her in action up there. Madam President?
Dimitra, again, thank you for being here when school's out. We're so proud of you, and this is so impressive. We look forward to hearing more about your future, too. And thank you for all that you do. Do you want to introduce your family?
Yeah, here with me is my dad, Giannis, and my brother, Konstantinos.
Picture time. And if I didn't mention, Dimitra goes to Calabasas High School. Continuing along staff comm. Sorry, I lost the clicker. Now we fumbled the clicker. All right. It's graduation season. There's a photo from Agora High School. It was fantastic celebration. Zeke was one of the culmination speakers. All the promotions, culminations, graduation, fantastic. Thank you to our staff, parents, and the students. Was a great joy to celebrate all of them. Thanks also to the foundation. They held their event at the Canyon Club, first time ever casino night. Went very well, and early returns on the fundraising are very, very positive. So we appreciate the hard work from the foundation on that. We gathered recently for last Friday for our retreat with the senior leadership team. We gathered at Lupin. Dr. Gleason brought out the smoker from home and smoked us some chicken and some beef for tacos, which are on the right-hand side. And there's the entire team gathered in the multipurpose room at Lupin. Fantastic group of educational leaders. We talked about the accomplishments of the year, celebrated them, shared positives, also talked about going forward, the focus on our student increasing academic achievement, safety and wellness, and Dr. Gleason's favorite term, fiscal responsibility and prudence. And then we've sent many of them off. We do try through July to do a no email July with our senior leadership team, give them a break, get them away from schools. We do have a lot of construction, so we will be giving them updates throughout the summer on that. Yep. Mitch Klein.
All right. Oh, you hand me the clicker. Cool. Madam President, members of the board, just a couple updates on, what was it, last Wednesday, we did live streams actually at all of the middle school graduations. They all went very smoothly. We actually used some new technology this time around so we get better picture quality out of the stream. So if you did get a chance to see them, you'll notice the picture quality was quite a bit better. You can see these little portable antennas that we built. We kind of made these ourselves with battery backups and everything else. They're battery powered. They don't require any connections. It made it really easy for us to just kind of plant them on a field and get network connections all the way out in the back 40 on all of these campuses. Worked really, really well, and I think the ceremonies went better than ever. Also, as mentioned in the last board meeting, new copiers are coming in. We did 2 schools the last couple of days, and today we started receiving copiers at the district office. It's a little more complicated than you might imagine because we have a lot of software to install. As you remember, the first time we did copiers, we did the paper cut software to keep track of how many copies we make and all those kinds of things. So we have to do that whole process again with a whole new batch of copiers. But so far, it's going pretty well. We overcame some issues with not being able to print in color and only being able to print one copy on each one. That was a little challenging for a few days, but sorted all that stuff out, and we're off to the races with these. So we're excited to get these to all of our schools. And finally, as you know, every summer we have a big reading promotion program, and LV Reads is once again launched. We did provide book lists to parents as well as staff for our students so that they can avoid the summer slide there. But we also had a bunch of other activities that we had put there too. Digital treasures are digital resources that they can use. We have a lot of family activities in there, a lot of tools that they can access to help prolong their learning into the summer so that they're ready to go when they return with us in the fall. So we're very excited for our kids and our parents to have access to those as well.
Ms. Chambers.
Madam President, members of the board, we hosted our final office manager meeting of the school year yesterday with a summer theme at the district office. During our meeting, we heard updates from various departments as well as had a training on enrollment procedures by Miss Allie Lloyd. I'd like to share my appreciation for that hardworking group of our office managers as well as our front office staffs that support our students and staffs day in and day out throughout the year. So kudos to them all.
Ms. Davenport.
Thank you, Madam President, members of the board. I'm happy to report that LVUSD, in partnership with the YMCA, is launching its 3rd annual Find My Genius, hosted again at Sumac Elementary. This year's program runs from June 24th to July 26th. It's 5 weeks. And our students are going to be able to engage in significant academic and social, emotional, and even physical development over the summer. So they'll be engaging in both reading and math curriculum, STEM and art, and even get to go swimming twice a week. So we're excited for all their growth over the summer.
Dr. Gleason.
Madam President, members of the board, a lot of construction happening. So we have been waiting for this week to start, and as of right now, everywhere from the H building at Calabasas is getting 2 units already mounted in that first floor of the H building, to TK restrooms being built across the district, to preparing for new landscapes and turf and all the great things. So hats off to our team, Ms. Abbott, Mr. McAllister, and Mr. Vudmaska. Can't wait to share some pictures. I get them all the time, but it's exciting to see fast construction after a long process of approvals and architectural design and whatnot.
Dr. Cyphers.
Madam President, members of the board, first and foremost, wanted to congratulate all of our classified and certificated staff on a successful 23-24 school year. We certainly wish our folks, those of it who have the summer off, a wonderful, restful summer break. As we swing into the summer, a couple things coming up on the horizon for us within the next few days. We have our Calabasas High School Assistant Principal interviews for safeties, facilities, and athletics taking place on Thursday. And then next week, we have a 5-day palooza of negotiations. So we have 2 sessions with our partners with LVCA and then 3 with LVEA. And we're very much looking forward to continuing dialogue and getting together with our bargaining partners.
Ms. Falk.
Madam President, members of the board, this week, summer school and extended school year started. Approximately 200 preschool and through post-secondary special education students are attending the district's in-person extended school year. About 479 general ed students are participating in the district's virtual summer school program, and this is an increase of about 200 students from last year's general ed summer school. And this year we have 115 students of those 479 participating and taking the district's new human geo class.
That concludes staff communication. There is no TPP or no place for hate recognition. Those are on the agenda inadvertently. I apologize to the board.
Okay. So, staff board.
Thank you very much. I also want to say that one of the best things we get to do as a board member is to go to culminations and graduations and see our students off into the real world and rise to high school level. And again, it warmed my heart, the speakers, all the hard work of the administrators to put on these wonderful events for our students and families. And I want to wish everyone a happy summer. Congratulations to our students, their families, our teachers, our entire staff. What a remarkable district this is, and it's because of all of you. So thank you.
Ms. Mingus.
I want to ditto what Ms. Stein said. It's a great time of year. I was able to attend AU Rights culmination and Anagora High School's graduation, and the student speakers are phenomenal. We had beautiful weather for graduations this year. I'm very thankful for that. And I want to wish all of our staff and students a great summer.
Ms. Gaines.
I think it's a big ditto night. I had the pleasure to attend AC Stell and Agora High School, and beautiful events, heartwarming, and thank you to the staff, teachers, parents, students for another great year, and everybody have a great summer.
Thank you. Same here. Graduations and culminations were fantastic. Mariposa's was very sweet and special. Last week, after we finished, the next day, I happened to be driving by a local high school at about 3 o'clock, and they were opening up for graduation that night. And it was 90 degrees out, and people were heading in and looking all just unhappy as a group, and, you know, with no shade. And it made me realize, you know, we did have good weather, but, you know, we hedged our bets by having 9 a.m. graduations. And I think there's no going back. Like, everything just seems calmer and cooler, and that was a great way to do it. So it was a great school year, and I hope that staff and students have a terrific and a restful summer. So, I have no speaker cards, so we'll move into consent A.
I'll move to approve consent A.
I'll second.
Thank you. Any discussion? If not? No? Oh, okay. Board, I'll call the question.
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Consent A. Consent B.
I'll move to approve consent B.
Thank you.
I'll second.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Action items. Approval of local control and accountability plan. And this brought the crowds out. I can see. It's always a crowd pleaser. And
I have no doubt Ms. Falk will bring the energy. Ms. Falk.
Madam President and members of the board, at the June 4th, 2024 board meeting, the district presented the 24-25 LCAP. Tonight, the district seeks board approval of the LCAP. This plan represents a collaborative effort to improve our educational system and ensure that every student has the opportunity to succeed. The approval of the LCAP will allow us to move forward with confidence, knowing we have a clear strategic plan to enhance educational outcomes for all students in our district. The district is also seeking board approval to make any non-substantive changes from LACO recommended during the summer months. I'm happy to answer any questions you may have.
okay. Any questions?
I just want to say that I appreciate you deal with a lot of stakeholders in this and get a lot of feedback all through the school year. And it's a compliance document. And I want to thank the public for their participation and the staff for their participation in this. A lot of eyes have been on it and put in a lot of work.
Okay. Then.
Can I move to
Yes, you can.
approve action item number 1, local control and accountability plan?
I'll second that motion.
Thank you. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Approval of 2024-25 budget adoption. Dr. Gleason.
Madam President, members of the board, as was shared in our public hearing at a prior board meeting similar to the LCAP, we shared our assumptions for the budget year of 24-25. There have been no significant changes since we had that public hearing, just some minor adjustments to our accounting and assumptions. So nothing of material, but happy to go into any details the board might want.
Okay. I think the 45-day revise might be a little more interesting because there'll be updates as they work out the trailer bills up in Sacramento. Okay.
What I think, it doesn't appear there's going to be major, at least at this point, major shifts in COLA or one-time funding. So, so that's that would be this one update since June 15th. Yeah.
Okay. Would you like a motion?
Yes.
I move to approve the 24-25 LVUSD budget.
I'll second that.
Thank you. And before I call the question, just for those watching at home, we have been through, it's a crazy way to adopt a budget every year that we have to do something without really being given it till, June 15th. And then we have to turn around. And so we've done a lot of forefront planning, but so it is not, we don't adopt it without a lot of discussion, committee work, and examination from the board. So thank you. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay, great. Moving on to our next item. Resolution 3023, authorizing district staff to approve the assignment of solar projects from Forefront Licensing, LLC to CSI Electrical Contractors, Inc.
Madam President, members of the board, if you thought the LCAP was exciting, these next two solar items might,
The LCAP wasn't clear. It was.
sorry, the adopted budget is what I meant to say, sorry.
Yes.
So this summer, as the board knows, we do not have a board meeting currently scheduled until early August. And in the meantime, we have some major construction projects. So we are asking for the authority. There's two companies involved in the solar installation, Forefront, who did the design, and then CSI, who will actually do the installation. We're asking for the board's authority for either Dan or myself, just for the period where there's no board meetings, to approve the assignment of the contract from Forefront to CSI so that the work can continue over that period. It would only grant us authority between those board meetings. Of course, we would bring this all back to the board. It would all show up in the future, but it would allow for work to continue.
Absolutely. So any discussion? Seems very straightforward and procedural to me.
I'll move to approve.
Thank you.
Second.
Thank you. All those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Passes 4-0. Approve second omnibus amendment with Forefront Licensing, LLC.
And this one makes the previous one even more exciting. So for those tracking the omnibus amendments at home, we did bring one to the first June board meeting. The reason is the payment schedule needed to be adjusted, or Forefront had requested that the payment schedule be adjusted so that prior to assigning the implementation of the solar projects to CSI, that they would have received all payment owed to them and they could vacate and move forward. In collaboration with Forefront and CSI, we found that there's a portion of the work that Forefront would be responsible for after some of the construction. So we're not comfortable paying them in full or having them from a contractual lens being paid in full until all work is completed. So we worked with Forefront and CSI. Essentially, this undoes, the approval from 2 weeks ago after finding that detail out.
Okay.
I move to approve.
Thank you.
I'll second.
Thank you. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you. And with that, we're going to set a little record here at 6:12 and adjourn the meeting.